What is up, guys, and welcome back to another podcast of Fantasy League of Ordinary Gentlemen, FLOOG. Guys, welcome back to the Flug.
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
I wish I had something to pop off right now. I already opened my beer. Couldn't do it.
You can have another one later and do it.
Yeah, I'll do it at the right time.
Rather late than never. Guys, how are we doing tonight?
Good. Another week. So another week closer to most of our dynasty drafts, which is why we all live, obviously.
Yeah.
We live for these dynasty drafts, for the rookie drafts. So, I mean, definitely fun what our segments could be about today.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, good to see you guys. And I'm ready.
Yeah, little late to the game. I feel like a lot of rookie drafts have already happened. I don't really care. But it's good to get, I mean, all y'all go ahead and then we'll take our time, get some more consensus information. Some of these undrafted rookies, have them doing some stuff. So let's roll with it, you guys. Let's go around the Zoom real quick. To my left, the podcast world traveler, if you will, to give him another nickname. Guys, you can find him on Twitter at Social Media Ghost. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tyson Cullen.
What up? Glad to be on here.
Ty, you're like the Ryan Fitzpatrick of the Flug. You go everywhere, bro.
I'm gonna take that as a compliment because
it's a huge one.
It is. It's a good one.
I love the guy. He talks. Well, here we go. Bill's plug. He loves the Bills. That's his favorite team. Hell, he was at the playoff game with his shirt off. His son had his shirt off in 4-degree weather. I was not that crazy. Otherwise, I probably would have. But we'll see what I know. I know this year I'm going to go to Cincinnati. That's where the Bills play. I think a couple buddies and I think we're going to the Washington Commanders and Giants game in New Jersey. I know I'll be. Of course, I'm going to go to a Bills game in Buffalo. I can't not go. But I'm looking forward to this season. And as far as like the rookie drafts go, I think, I don't think it's a bad idea waiting because, I mean, we're still not even into like, not training camp, but like mandatory mini camps, like OTAs just started for the Bills. I don't know about like y'all's teams or the rest of the teams, but we're barely into OTAs, and there's no pads. Like you're not seeing a whole lot. In fact, I mean, there's not been a lot like on James Cook or some of the Bills rookies. So it ain't a bad thing to start the rookie draft later that we have. So I'm okay with it. But enough about me on that one. To beneath me is a man that should see his team be a lot better this year, and I dare say. This is a hot take. Eagles win the division. I've been saying it. I've been saying it at work because we got a Cowboy fan and a Commander fan, whatever the hell that team name is. And I'm saying that the Eagles are going to win the division, barring injury. And that is one Gary Jakowski. What's up, man?
I had no idea you were talking about me. Thank you, sir. I mean, yeah, they got to, with all the moves they made, especially during that whole NFL draft, it's good likelihood that they're going to be, I mean, just on paper, they look good right now. It's all whether they can be cohesive and whatnot and see what Jalen Hurts can do with all these weapons now too. So it'll be a fun season. Can't wait. But regardless of the Eagles right now, the whole NFC East is always up for grabs. But I'm just excited to be here, and let's get to it, guys. So, actually, you know what? What's everybody drinking?
Water.
That's what I'm talking about.
What you got, Gars?
I got something that's blue, red, and white, and no, it's not a Buffalo Bill. It is a Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Nice.
Very good. I have from Three Notched out of the great city of Charlottesville, Virginia, from Three Notch Brewery. They made a beer about my sex life. It's called the Minuteman IPA.
Yes. I love it.
And
Oh.
it's a New England style IPA. It's really good. And it's because I'm a cheap ass. Two for $4 at the gas station.
You can't beat that for an IPA though.
Exactly.
No. So I'm in that, guys. Check out Gary on Twitter at Garth_Poetica. And guys, you can find me on Twitter at JHicks804. All of us are on the Flug, on the Twitter at the Flug_FF as a combined entity. Podbean, Spotify, and iTunes. And of course, guys, go check out our website, www.theflug.com. We're going to start doing, we just talked about it today. We're going to start trying to do a daily poll.
Hey, wait, I know it's hard to see him, but social media goes too. Don't forget his.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
119 followers, by the way.
Oh.
Dude, I think you have more than me.
So yeah, but anyway, so we're going to start doing a daily poll on the website. And if anybody listening wants us to put like anyways, it's going to be a trade poll. This crazy stuff. And if anybody has something that they want us to post, just send us a tweet, any of us, to the Flug, and we'll put it up there because we're definitely, 365 days a year, 365 different polls. So
yes.
So go check it out, and then I'm sure we'll try to get that linked up with Twitter because we're so great with computers. I digress. Anyways, so did I miss anything?
Yeah, I got one thing.
What you got?
Everybody tweet how great Josh Allen is. All right, well, let's go.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. We got the we were talking about it before we started the pod. We got the golf tournament next week. I'm really excited for. So it's Mahomes and Josh Allen combining forces, the Young Bucks versus the elder statesman in the NFL quarterback. We got Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers on the team, and it's golf tournament. It's in Vegas, right?
It is in Vegas. It's a 12-hole tournament, and I'm telling you what, all four can play.
I'm kind of curious, like, because I have no idea what you guys would think. So, who are you two going to be going for?
You're funny.
Oh, Gary.
So Brady and Rodgers it is. Okay.
If they could only come out with, like, tag team music together.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Mega powers.
Mega powers.
All right. So, guys, what we're going to do tonight is we kind of compiled a list together of players we're all interested in, mostly from Dynasty, but definitely you can talk about this from a redraft because, like I mentioned earlier, a lot of leagues are already done with their rookie draft. So slowly the tilt is going to redraft. So with that said, we're going to jump on some players. Again, a list of players we just thought, I don't know, intriguing, what kind of changed via the draft mostly. Were they screwed via the draft i.e. they picked up a running back, they picked up a wide receiver that could cut into carries and targets, all that fun stuff. So we picked one quarterback. We got four. We're gonna do 4 running backs, 4 wide receivers, and 2 tight ends.
We just got the one.
1 tight end. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Noah Fant.
One time. Well, yeah, Noah Fant is our subject of the night. So let's go ahead and jump into this. The quarterback. I like this. This wasn't my call. I forget who made the call, but I'm definitely in because I definitely like to hear everybody's opinion because I am big on this guy. Gary and I actually have a share of him in our Pigs 2 team, and that's Justin Fields.
Yep.
So, would you guys call it a rough start? I mean, let's just go there.
Yeah, absolutely. With him, I mean, just about most rookies are going to have a rough start off the bat. I mean, here I'll go through his stats from last year. 159 completions from 270 targets. He only had 12 games that he played in for 1,870 yards.
Mhm.
7 TDs, 10 interceptions. But the good upside, which is why we all love somebody like this as a quarterback and for fantasy, is the upside he brings when he's rushing. And he had 72 rushes for 420 yards with 2 touchdowns. So all in all, his rushing upside in 12 games is pretty legitimate. That's pretty much at least 6 rush attempts per game you're looking at. Yeah, so you're looking at somebody who's getting maybe about 30, a little bit anywhere between 30 to 40 yards per rush. Per game through rushing, which is great. That's exactly the upside we have. Why I like Fields better than somebody like I shouldn't say I like him better than somebody like Cam. It's just that he has pretty decent accuracy too. And he can kind of throw the deep ball pretty well too. That's somebody I don't know. Well, I'll let you all go ahead. So any kind of thing you want to put into him?
What kind of intrigues me? I mean, I like him. Chicago was kind of a shit show last year. And I mean, not all his fault, obviously.
No.
So they got new GM, new coaching, everything this year. The new head coach is he came from he was Indy. He's I think was a defensive coordinator. He's more yeah. So they got a new offensive coordinator. And this guy for the past 3 years, he was the Packers quarterback coach and passing game coordinator. This guy was, he was coaching Rodgers. And now he comes over to help Fields. I mean, guys, tell me, there's nobody that sees that as a negative. Come on.
Right.
Definitely very intrigued. Of course, I guess the knock's going to be is the wide receiver core. Darnell Mooney, I absolutely love. Darnell to the motherfucking Mooney.
Yeah.
And then Cole Kmet, I'm in on him. Montgomery's good. Montgomery can catch the ball. So I'm with that. But, that's the knock. That's going to be the knock.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just going to say, I love the player, and I think he can take that next step, kind of like my guy did, JA-17. But, they didn't really do much as far as on the offensive. I mean, they got Velus Jones, they drafted him, but he's also 25 years old. And I think he was 3rd round, so he can make an impact, but he wasn't that productive. I'm a big kind of productive guy. He wasn't that really productive in college. He was more of a kick returner and a punt returner, which that's great if they're trying to get Devin Hester back, a Devin Hester type. But it's basically all that you said, Josh. Byron Pringle, Dajay Sharp, Dante Pettis, David Moore. These are all guys that are either has-beens or never was, and mostly never was, that are trying to, give it one more chance. Like David Moore and Dante Pettis and Tajay Sharp. I see this as their last chance to do something in this league. And then you got Pringle and Aquamus St. Brown that they're okay, number 5s or number 4s, but if you're looking for them to be your number 2 or number 3. Oof. So
yeah, I think you're right, Ty. This is like wide receiver 4s, wide receiver 3s and 4s in most teams. Regardless, Darnell Mooney, I could see as a good wide receiver too for most teams, but the number 1 is going to be tough to see because he was a 5th round pick. I'll be honest. Most 5th round picks aren't stellar, but there's some diamonds in the rough when it comes to somebody like that. But it's just going to be hard for me to acknowledge him as a wide receiver 2 or a wide receiver 1, I guess you could say. For
140 targets last year.
That is crazy. Wow. That's nuts.
And it can't. That's what. To kind of piggyback on what you're saying, he can't get but so many more, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I guess I will try not to throw my bias on here, but Pringle is, if he could fit in as a 3, not bad. He can move, dude. He can move, and he was a kick returner when he was on KC. So I wouldn't shun him.
No, I like him as a 3 or 4, but I don't like him as a 2.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. No, I don't. Yeah, I don't hate him. I just don't like him as a 2. But I'm with you on Cole Kmet. Well, he went to Notre Dame, so of course I am.
There.
There it is. But I'm with you on Cole Kmet, and it seems like it's his job because the next guy behind him is Ryan Griffin from the Jets. Exactly. So it's Cole Kmet's year to be the guy. What's his 3rd year or 2nd year?
I think 3rd.
Third, and he's had Jimmy Graham, which I don't think Jimmy Graham was basically unnoticeable last year. So it's definitely his year. But I mean, I do like the running backs though. Like you said, I like Montgomery. I like Khalil Herbert. He went to Tech, and when Khalil Herbert got the ball, he did produce.
Yeah.
So I mean, they built the running game around him, but I was disappointed in this new regime on get him more weapons. I mean, you look at the other guy. Look at the other draft picks in his draft class. Trevor Lawrence they're not sexy, but they who they get? They got Christian Kirk. They got Zay Jones. I mean, and then Evan Ingram, and then you got Mac Jones. Got Devontae Parker, Tyquan Thornton. They're not sexy, but at least they upgraded. And then of course the Jets got Garrett Wilson. So I was a little disappointed in what they did around Justin Fields.
Yeah, I'm hoping something that's probably going to progress after this season. I mean, they got, Bayless Jones in early third round, but he's more of a speedster too. So that's more speed for the team. Like I said before, I mean, if you're not a first, maybe even a second round wide receiver, you're probably not going to see the field right away. So that's something that he's going to probably have to grow into. You're going to see more of the, that maybe Byron Pringle, the Darnell Mooney, Equinemius St. Brown, I would imagine is going to be playing the field more quicker than Jones. But yeah, I mean, the run game is something that's good for them. And the thing is with Justin Fields, he poses that threat on defenses for them to, keep their eyes on him or have maybe, a spy like a linebacker who's pretty much going to, spy him all throughout. So especially on passing downs. But yeah, like Josh was saying beforehand, like the wide receiver core isn't great. It's probably bottom 5 in the league. It could most definitely be bottom 3 possibly. But yeah, I think Justin Fields, like the wheels that he has, definitely helps him out for fantasy. Passing is going to be difficult, but you always like a dual threat when it comes to quarterback.
I'm with you. And then I try to wrap this one up. I definitely like him as a buy in Dynasty. I think maybe again some people might be down on him, but I think he's a buy. In redraft, I don't want him as my starting quarterback, but if I got him as my backup, I mean, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with him as a backup for sure.
Yeah, me too. I agree.
And I mean, go back to Dynasty real quick. And Superflex, obviously, he's an ad. I mean, that's, and I don't know. I mean, but yeah. And
I was gonna say if you do a redraft with him, I like somebody like a Kirk Cousins or somebody like that first, and then get him on the back end. Justin Fields. Because Kirk Cousins has always been at least a good top 15 QB. But if you want to see if his upside with Justin Fields kind of progresses throughout the season, then you could start to plug him. And
I'm with you. You guys ready to jump to running backs?
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right, let's start with I think this was Ty's guy that he wanted to present or talk about, however we want to go about it. Ty, go ahead.
Oh, Damien Harris?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, I like Damien Harris, I actually like him a lot. I wish my team had a running back like him, like that North and South running back. But there's a lot of competition behind him. I mean, you got Ramondre Stevenson, and now they just drafted Pierre Strong, the fourth round from South Dakota State, who I actually really like, who I like coming out of the draft. And then they also got Kevin Harris out of the sixth round, and James. They still got James White, and we know how much Patriots Belichick likes to use all of his running backs. So now you got a plethora of running backs that could produce. Um, Again, he averaged 4.6 yards per carry. That's real. That's not that bad. I mean, it's not like Jonathan Taylor, but it's not bad either. But Ramondre Stevenson, just a hair behind him in that category, 4.56. And now they're adding Pierre Strong, and now they're adding Kevin Harris. Kevin Harris might not be a contributor because he's a sixth rounder, but Pierre Strong, if you're fourth round or below, there's a possible good chance you're going to be on. He's going to make the team, I think, because he's a second day. He was a second day draft pick, and not only that, he's got some skill sets to go along with his frame. So um, again, I like the player. It's kind of like Justin. Well, I love Justin Fields. Going back to Justin Fields, but that's a different story. I love Damien Harris, the player, but there's some more competition because I didn't really see Brandon Bolden as being a real like competitor for him because he's like 31 years old. Now you got two more younger guys added to the mix, and then like I said, James White. I believe James White's still with the Patriots, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm done. Okay. Even though he's up there in age, he's the receiving back because let's face it, Ramondre Stevenson and Damien Harris can't do what James White can in the passing game. Let's be honest. They're both the same type of back. But yeah, again, love Damien Harris, but now he's got more competition and I could see him falling. And with the ways they use all the running backs.
Right. And I mean, he had a good third, I mean, 2/3 probably of the rushing attempts as well. So, I
Yeah.
mean, Ramondre Stevenson probably had like, probably about 20% or something like that, 33 rushes. But I think like just the fact that the way the Patriot game is played, especially with Mac Jones, you see that they are going to rush a lot. I still think because when they had Cam before, they kind of used his dual threat. They used what he was capable of doing because he's not a great passer. They used him in the rushing aspect, especially right there in the goal line too. But now that you have Mac Jones here, you have goal line opportunities for these backs too. It's really hard to be able to pick apart this whole backfield because we all know with the Patriots, they'll do a running back carousel. But yeah, with Harris, I mean, you're hoping for a good amount of rushing attempts. He didn't really have too many. He didn't really have too many targets. It was just 20 throughout the year. Yeah, I
Not
think. Yeah, I think even Ramondre had 18.
I'm with you guys. I mean, I didn't realize that he had 200 attempts last year, which I mean, that's up there, guys. A lot of, I mean, I mean, so he played 3 more games than Stevenson, and he had 133 carries. I mean, they're running the shit out of the ball. Bolden's gone. Bolden's in Vegas now. Ty, I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna disagree with you, but I'm not worried about Pierre Strong yet. It's early. I mean, there's been training camp and all that good shit. But
yeah.
I think they know. I mean, these guys. I mean, both of these guys are averaging 4.6, 4.5, whatever yards per carry. I mean, what more do you want from these guys? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I agree, but again, just the way he does with his running backs, it could be this week, it could be Damien Harris, and then the very next week it could be Rondé Stevenson.
Oh
And
yeah.
not only that, they added they're trying to add more weapons. Unlike the Bears, they're trying to add more weapons in the passing game. Devontae Parker might be old, but they still added Devontae Parker.
Mm-hmm.
They added Tyquan Thornton in the second round from Baylor, who ran like a 4.28, something just ridiculous. None of the receivers that they got can do that. Aguilar, Jacoby Myers, Parker himself. Another name that's slipping. Oh, Kendrick Bourne. Like none of those guys can fly like Tyquan Thornton. He's going to get every opportunity to beat a guy. I mean, I'm not. Again, he wasn't that much production, but he's a second pick. But they added a couple more weapons to that passing game, and then you can't forget about Hunter Henry and Gino Smith. So I could see them throwing the ball a lot more than they did last year. And they were mostly a running game. But now you got, like I said, you got about 4 or 5 capable receivers and 2 tight ends. So that was another thing I forgot to mention. They keep adding more weapons to the passing game.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, if to sum it up, Damien Harris, I'm in on him. Redraft, I think he could almost be. I feel like let's talk sleeper already. And Stevenson, to go a little off topic. I like both of them because just this amount of carries.
I think when it comes to like a flex play, those are both good. You don't really want them as a RB2, but I think flex play would be pretty decent. What do you think of that?
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
All right,
Yeah,
Gary, you want to talk?
I was going to say, like Ty said, that because you don't really know what the backfield is going to look like. You don't really want to just plug one of these guys in as a running back number 2, and then you're pretty much going to get hurt with that. So,
yeah,
I'm with you, Garz. You want to go ahead and you want to jump on your guy?
Yeah, so I did James Conner with the Cardinals. We see Chase Edmonds is out. So Conner, in respect to Conner, this is going to be his 6th season. He's got Darrell Williams, Deontay Ingram, and Eno Benjamin in the backfield now. They just signed Darrell Williams, so that's interesting. I was big on Deontay Ingram as his backup, but now that Darrell Williams is kind of like pushes that back a little bit. But with last year, I think it was. Yeah, so he's been pretty good. This was probably last season with the Cardinals was one of his better seasons than he was when he played with Pitt. I think Pitt on his rookie season, he had no, I'm sorry, his second season with them, he was number 7 overall in PPR leagues. So last season he was number 5 overall with the Cardinals in his running back position. And with him rushing 202 times for 752, especially when he had Chase Edmonds in there too, I think that's pretty good. He had 15 touchdowns too, which I think can still pretty much be on the cusp because we already know the Cardinals they're electric, especially on offense. They're going to be missing DeAndre Hopkins, but I still think they're going to be a good red zone threat. So anytime that they're around there, they can definitely call up on Conner for that. What do you guys think? Because he's beside his second season with Pittsburgh when he had 71 he had 71 targets when he was with Pittsburgh in his second season. He had 39, just well below 40 last year. Caught 37 of them. But if he can at least get maybe between 40 to 50 targets, we're talking about somebody who can be a top 12 running back too. Wonder as it all depends with the way this team pretty much utilizes him if it's going to be a committee. But I think the fact that Chase Edmonds is gone, there's a clear-cut possibility that he could be a star next year for sure, barring his injuries and whatnot too.
Yeah, I mean, Josh can speak more to Darrell Williams, but I don't know Keontae Ingram that well, other than he went to Arizona State, and I think he was a 2nd or 3rd round pick, if I'm not mistaken. But
he was probably 3rd or 4th.
From what I can understand is I don't think Darrell Williams is Chase Edmonds. I'm a big Chase Edmonds guy. I know a lot of people may not be, but Chase Edmonds could. I mean, he was electric when he ran the football, and he was electric when he caught the football. I don't see Darrell Williams being that electric like he is, and I think this is Connor's team. I think he was only like 3.7 yards per carry, but hey, he was a touchdown machine. And like you said, and he caught most of his ball, almost 90% of his balls. He said 40 targets, 37 catches. So, and he added some. It looked like he added some bulk from the time he went to Pittsburgh and to the Cardinals. So, I mean, I think it's his team. I'm up on him, and like you said, 15 touchdowns. Um, I'm up on him. I think this is his team. I'm not, and Emil Benjamin. I think he's gotten his chances, or he's had the opportunities. I don't see it. So
Yeah, and actually, Ingram was in the 6th round, so we're talking about somebody who's pretty much,
Right.
yeah,
Wow.
he doesn't have
Okay.
much draft capital on that.
I was way off.
No, I'm no disagreements from what you guys have said so far. Darrell Williams, yeah, he was I forget, he had almost 1,500 yards combined last year, rushing and receiving. So he definitely can come in and do it all, So but I mean, Connor, man, he kind of came into Arizona and hot hand and just ran with it, right?
Yep.
So
Well, I think Darrell Williams is a good complimentary.
yeah, after
Frank,
100, yeah, 100%. Thank you. You saved me right there.
Yeah, but do I think it's going to be like because sometimes it was like an even split between him and Chase Edmonds sometimes, and then there was other times where it was lopsided. But I don't see it being an even split. I think Darrell Williams will get some touches, but I don't think you're going to see 50-50. And I might be wrong. I mean, I think he's a good player. I just don't think he's as electric as Chase Edmonds. But he's definitely number 2. There ain't no question about it.
He's going into redraft, like we were saying. If you draft Connor, I think you should handcuff yourself.
Yeah,
because if he gets, I mean, he put up career numbers this year, and all right, I was way off on my numbers. I'm sorry, guys, but he
He had 1,000. I know that.
Yeah, it's like 1,000 combined. So yeah, I mean, draft Connor, draft Williams. I don't do a lot of handcuffs, but I would handcuff myself.
right. But plus, you got to remember, like, I mean, with this being a long season, you got to see that most running backs. There's maybe you'd be lucky if there's a handful of running backs that are like the guy all throughout the season. I mean, like your Dalvin Cooks, Kamaras, and stuff like that. Although they're aging, you don't really see too many running backs that are pretty much the dominant back all throughout. Like even Saquon is Zeke. Like all that's pretty much going on the wayside. You got somebody like the New York Jets. We got like a Michael Carter and the Brees Halls now. So I mean, I feel like it's going to that like this 2 running back tangent, especially with how long the season is now. But I like Connor. Like I think he's a legit running back too. I mean, especially in Dynasty for right now. Does he have a 2-year contract still with him?
He just re-upped. He re-upped on a 3-year.
Okay, so he's got at least. So I mean, that's good. Like if I was in Dynasty with him, I'd at least try to keep him for at least another year or 2 before I try to flip him for something else. That's the way I would pretty much do it with him.
He's like 27 years old, I think, right?
Who?
26. Connor. 26, 27.
Pretty sure he's 26.
Okay.
He's 26.
So yeah,
26. Now. So he turned 27 this year. I don't know his birthday. So
but that's 26, 27. That's the prime that's when you're supposed to be in your prime as an athlete. So I mean, he's in his prime. So
yeah, come on, Josh. You know him. He's a Pisces, bro. I really don't know. I don't know when his birthday is.
let's we kept on talking about Chiefs running backs. Let's talk about the guy who another one we want to talk about. That's Clyde Edwards-Elaire, Chiefs running back, first round pick 2 years ago. Definitely has not panned out to the expectations everybody has expected. So I mean, you guys want to start this?
Okay, so he's definitely been going backwards.
Yeah.
I know he only played 10 games last season,
Mm-hmm.
but in his first season, he had 181 attempts, and now I'm down to 119. So he's basically just missing about like somewhere a little over 60 attempts, which means
He missed 3, so he missed 3. He only played 10 games this year, so he missed 3 more. So there's some,
right.
But yeah,
So
his yards per game went down. Targets went down. So there was rumors. I think what the injury was, he had like some kind of gallbladder surgery. That was the thing that just kind of came out recently, which kind of held him back from OTAs and stuff last year. With that said, Darrell Williams is gone. Obviously, we just said that. They brought in Ronald Jones from Tampa Bay. Will he cut it? Yeah, I mean, I definitely see like the whole split atmosphere going on again. But I still would favor Clyde DeRojo just because, I mean, he has been with the team for 3 years. Me being a Chiefs fan, seeing Mahomes and stuff, like Mahomes is, I think he's part owner of the soccer team there. So they have their box, and like Kelsey's always there. I can, and Clyde's been there. So, I mean, chemistry, hopefully,
yeah.
Well, is Jarrett McKinnon still there, right?
No, not right now.
He's not.
That's
All right. So then that leads me to the only reason why I might like him more than the other guys is that he has a receiving. He's a better. I don't know. Maybe you can attest to this, but he's a better pass catching back than say Ronald Jones or Derek Gore. I forget the other running backs who I actually like Derek Gore, even though do I really think he's going to get a shot? No, but I actually like Derek Gore. I think he averaged like 5 yards per carry. Seemed like when he got the opportunity, he did pretty well. I think he started the game. And he actually ran pretty well. But the only reason why I like CEH is because of his pass catching ability compared to the other two.
Yeah,
because
Ronald Jones is not really that great when it comes to
I think go ahead. Sorry, Todd, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it seems like Derek Gore is north south. You can probably tell us better. Yep. And then it seems like Ronald Jones is kind of north and south, or at least get to the outside and then kind of beat you. But I've seen him drop a few passes along with Leonard Fournette when he was with the Bucs. So
I straight up think Bruce Arians did not like him. Like, I don't know what happened, but I don't think like he went into that doghouse and he never came out. They threw away the key, locked it, ate it, shit on it, all of the above, and then that key was gone with the motherfucking Pharaohs. That shit's gone, dog. But
I thought that was Keyshawn Vaughn all the way, but it seemed like once they signed Lenny, like it was Lenny or God. He was the one who pretty much did it all in Tampa Bay.
We just pump the brakes on that, Garth.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Let's pump the brakes. Let's wrap it up on Clyde, boys. I'll throw it to you guys in redraft. If you're running back 2, are you happy?
I'm okay with it.
Are you sad?
You're looking at probably getting him in hopefully the 5th or 6th round
of a 12-team redraft.
Yeah, to be your running back number 2.
I'm probably kind of sad, but if he's my flex, I'm okay.
I like that. Yeah, running back, definitely not your running back 1. I'm running back 2. If you're flex, yeah, I'm definitely happy. Redraft, dynasty. I mean, what do you got? Is he a buy for you? Is he a sell? Ride the storm?
I'm gonna sell him. I'm not. I mean, you're still hoping that the fact that he's, with Kansas City, that you could probably get something for him. I don't ever see them re-signing him at any point. Plus, I mean, he's somebody who's not playing a full season as well. So if I can kind of get whatever I can with him, maybe hopefully some kind of first, like a late first, going into this rookie draft, I would probably try to do that for sure.
I'm gonna ride the storm only because he was the number 1 draft pick, right? So that means he's got a 5th-year option, right?
Yeah.
So, and they haven't. Did they already say they declined it, or did they pick it
No,
up?
I mean, it's 3. What's it? If it's a first, the first round pick, it's a 5-year, right? 5th-year option.
Yeah.
So this is going to year 3. So I mean, we still got
They have
still
announced
time.
it. So I'm gonna say if he's my flex, I'll ride the storm. But if they don't pick it up after this year, then yeah, I'll probably sell it. Although Gary's way is probably better, but I would say I would ride it just to see what happens.
All right, we kind of already another guy we already kind of introed.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk Lenny, guys. This is who I wanted to talk about.
Lenny is God.
Shane's not here, so I got to bring him up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we already mentioned Ronald Jones is gone. He's gone to KC. They added Rachaad White in the draft. I'm not sweating him. I just see him as a backup. He had his highest average yards per carry of his career in 2021. He had 84 targets last year. I don't think a lot of people remember that. That's a huge. And then 2020 when he signed with the Bucs, he only had 47. So I mean, that's a huge jump, guys. So 4th in targets. Gronk was 3rd in targets. He's not on the team right now. I mean, could it change? Yes, but so I don't know. I like the target share. Again, Ronald Jones is gone, guys. I don't know. I see him just being more of a focal point. I know they got Russell Gage. They have then Godwin and Evans, obviously. But I mean, I don't, guys. So let's read off the top 10 in running backs from last year. So JT, Eckler, Najee Harris, Mixon, Connor, who we already mentioned, Zeke, Cordero, Lenny came in at 8, and then Kamara and Chubb. So guys, I mean, does anybody think Cordero is going to stay like elite in fantasy anymore? Like, I think he's been figured out,
Yeah, I mean, you got to look at Atlanta too. They don't have really any wide receivers, so I mean, he could probably be in that aspect too.
I love some Cordero Patterson for personal reasons because I met him, but yeah, I think he had a great year, but yeah, I think he's on the wrong end of 30. And yeah, I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
I agree.
I'll just say going back to Leonard, I'm with you, Josh. I'm all in on Leonard Fournette. Of course, I have him in Chupa, and he helped me get to 3rd place mid-season because I traded for him. I'm all in on Leonard Fournette. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not sweating Rachaad White. I'm definitely not sweating Keyshawn Vaughn because this is his 3rd year. Kind of like Emo Benjamin, hasn't really stepped up. They got Bernard or Gio re-signed? Yeah, I mean Gio's a pass catching back, but like you said, Leonard Fournette can catch the ball out of the backfield as well, and was very successful with it. So I'm all in. I'm like with you and Shane. I'm all in.
I just think, like I said, so Cordero finished 1 spot ahead of him, and just I don't know, just something I don't know. I think he could. He's right now. He was 8, top 10, and I know I'm getting splitting hairs, but I think he could break top 5 if everything goes, according to plan. So, all right, those are the running backs, guys, we were talking about tonight. Let's jump to our wide receivers. Gary, who's your guy?
It is Amari Cooper.
Let's go.
And well, I mean, the reason is, I mean, when Deshaun Watson was with the Texans, DeAndre Hopkins was pretty much wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2, and wide receiver 4 all throughout. And he kind of averaged 160 targets. And with Amari there now as their number 1, I mean, right now he's going as number 52 overall. So I think Amari can be pretty much like a top 12 wide receiver for sure. I mean, if you see like he's got the route. I mean, we all know Amari's a great route runner, dude. And I mean, he did have CeeDee Lamb taking away targets last time, Michael Gallup as well when he's with Dallas. But I mean, he's been a top 20 wide receiver 5 times out of the 7 years he has with the NFL. So I'm big on him, dude. I think he's gonna turn it up this season, especially with Deshaun Watson. I mean, hopefully Deshaun Watson is playing a full season, but still, I think with Amari Cooper being the top dog there, I think he's capable of being like a top 12 wide receiver yet again.
Yeah. I mean, I like it, but I'm still nervous about Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
And Baker's not showing up to OTAs, which I don't know. You take that as what you want, but after that, they got what's his name?
Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Ty.
I was just gonna say, if Deshaun's gonna play, you basically got the same type of offense that they had in Dallas. You got a quarterback that can move, a quarterback that's accurate. You got 2 stud running backs. Hell, you could even say 3 with Dearness Johnson. You got 3 stud running backs. Now maybe the receivers are maybe a little bit better in Dallas, but you essentially got the same offense. And Njoku, Dalton Schultz. I mean, I wouldn't say one is maybe Dalton Schultz slightly better, but Njoku's never been the guy, so to speak, and he just got franchise tag if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
And Amari Cooper is essentially in the same type of offense with Deshaun Watson. Now if Baker Mayfield's going to start or Brissett's going to start, then it kind of takes a nosedive. But as long as Deshaun Watson ends up playing, he's in the same type of personnel that he was in Dallas. And dare I say, Deshaun Watson is better than Dak, in my opinion. I would take Deshaun over Dak.
Woo!
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Bold takes. Here we go. I don't know if I don't think I sent you guys an article, but with the Real Sports on HBO, they had 2, if not more, of the accusers of Watson. And from what I read, and I didn't watch the whole thing, but from what I read and saw, it was very uncomfortable.
I bet.
I bet it is. Yeah, that's a whole. Yeah. Like I said, if Deshaun plays, then I'm all in for Cooper. But if he doesn't, then no mas. At least for this year, because he's still young.
You're right.
He's still 27, 28 years old, and to go back what I said before is that's your prime. So it's not like if he doesn't produce this year, oh well, it's the end of the year. It's the end of the world. I mean, Allen Robinson is a perfect example of he's been through quarterback perjury or whatever you want to call it, and now he's with Matt Stafford, and Allen Robinson's 29 years old. So
I like where you're getting at, and there's no competition for Amari as wide receivers go. So I'm with you guys. You ready to jump to the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. I'll go. I had Michael Pittman. That's who I wanted to talk about tonight. I was never a big Matt Ryan guy, but for some reason him switching to Indy has me a little more intrigued. The O-line in Atlanta was never. It was par at best, right? Nothing to get jacked up about, right?
Right.
Ty's face kind of says less than what I'm saying. So, but then he goes to Indy, which I mean we've said on this pod before is always a top 5 O line.
Yep.
Hands down, no arguments. Top 5 easy. So I like that. You got to protect Matt Ryan. And again, this is they did draft Alec Pierce in the second round. I think a kind of an under the radar guy, but could be a target PPR machine, if you will. But Michael Pittman, guys, with Carson Wentz last year and all the shit that got dropped on him, right? Michael Pittman caught 88 catches for 129 targets, went over 1,000 yards, only 6 touchdowns. The guy that was second in targets on the Colts last year, Zach Pascal, has moved on to the Eagles. And then you have Jack Doyle's retired, T.Y. Hilton still unsigned. So right now it's Pittman. You got Paris Campbell still there.
Whoop, whoop.
Yep, there it is. And again, Alec Pierce. So and you got Mo Alley as the tight end 1. Again, Mo Alley's not going to be a field stretcher. We know that he's going to be a red zone guy. So Pittman, I mean, they acknowledge he's the guy. He got 130 targets, right? And will he get more? Probably. How many more? I don't know, but definitely he's going to be the focal point of the offense when they have Jonathan Taylor. I mean, I don't know. He finished wide receiver when we got 17. I guess depending on 17, 19, you know. He's a solid wide receiver 2. Could this guy flirt with wide receiver 1? I really think so.
We always got to think too. Matt Ryan always produces wide receiver 1s half the time. Like, I mean, when he had Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, like he's capable of bringing in a wide receiver 1. The good thing is, like Michael Pittman, I think he's capable of escalating into that top tier. Like when he first started, like he was barely anything. Like I think he only had about 500 yards altogether, and then he doubled that in his second season. So I think he's definitely capable of getting another 1,000-yard season, especially with some touchdown upside. Because I mean, this team, like Josh said, the rushing game is great, offensive line is great. They just need a quarterback who's accurate, that can time the routes for each of these wide receivers. And I think Michael Pittman is able to escalate into that tier for sure. So I'm high on him too.
Yeah. No, I love the player. And going back, I'm going to make this kind of more of Matt Ryan. Like you said, Matt Ryan played with a terrible offensive line. And now, like you said, top 5, which Quentin Nelson, their best player, didn't even have that great of a year, honestly. And he's still all pro level. And I would dare say, well, this is Matt Ryan's best running back that he's ever played for.
Ooh.
I know he had Devontae, and I know he had Tevin Coleman, that little tandem, but they don't compare to Jonathan Taylor.
I agree with you.
Bad dude. That's a bad dude right there. I know Buffalo knows from experience. He's a bad dude. So
did Gurley ever have a good? Did Gurley ever have a good year in Atlanta?
No. He had 1 year, which he had 900 yards, I think, but he averaged like 3.5 yards per carry. I think touchdowns he was up, but as far as like yards per carry, it was not good. It was like 3.5.
You're right.
So, great offensive line, and obviously, arguably the best running back he's ever played with. So, I know that's getting off topic with Michael Pittman, but because of that, Matt Ryan is going to be, I think, better than what he was in Atlanta. And yeah, Pittman's probably going to get the same amount of targets. And yeah, and I'm with Gary. He'll get 1,000 yards easily. Because, I mean, like you said, they didn't re-sign T.Y. Paris Campbell, you don't know. Alec Pierce is a rookie. Could he be something? Maybe. But Michael Pittman's going to get, you said 130 targets, right?
Yeah, what he had last year.
Yeah, he'll get that. So easily 130 targets and easily 1,000 yards once again.
In a 12-team dynasty league, single quarterback, what are you trading him for? Would you give a mid first for him this year?
For this year, probably. I would probably do that. For this year, I would do that. Because I mean, I'm still suspect on some of the beginning. Mid first is good. I'm okay.
Late first for sure. And yeah, I'll go with Gary. Middle, no more.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather have him than most of the wide receivers that came out.
You would have him over any of the wide receivers this year.
For the most part, yeah. Except maybe Treylon Burks, maybe even Drake London. Olave could be a toss up, really.
Would you rather have him or Brees is the consensus 1-1. Would you rather have him or Brees?
I'd rather have Brees for sure. But I'd probably still have Kenneth Walker over him too. Okay. So it's just yeah, because I'm okay. I think he'll be a top 15 for sure. I don't think he's going to reach that realm of top 12. But I can definitely put him in the 15 aspect.
Okay. So finished 17th last year.
Yeah, I guess whatever your PPR standard.
Yeah, I'll go with top 15 as well.
All right. Let's end it on that. Let's jump to our last wide receiver, Jalen Waddle, guys. Mm-hmm. Coming off of a really good rookie season, went over 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns. So I mean, it's a great rookie season, and then everybody's going great on him, going into him, and then Dolphins trade for Tyreek Hill. Mm-hmm. And here we are, guys. So, I mean, if you're a Dolphins fan, if you're just not fantasy football, you're a Dolphins fan. You got to be fucking stoked.
Yeah.
With these two guys and Gesicki, a tight end that gets over 100 targets in a season. So, then let's circle back. This all goes back to Tua. What's this guy going to do? New head coach. Came from 49ers, which is all offense, So I still like the guy. Let's come on.
Yeah, obviously he's a playmaker in his own self. They did add Cedric Wilson too, who's a good number 3 for the team. So all in all, Tua's got it all, man. This is a hell of a lineup. If you can imagine somebody else with this type of lineup as QB, it'd be lights out. But Tua's still he's accurate. Sometimes I don't think his release is quick enough, but we did see the the Twitter feed where he underthrew Tyreek. Did you see that video, Ty?
Of course I did. Yes.
Yeah. So there's still that. I don't know why the Miami Dolphins are throwing that out, when he was severely underthrown. But hopefully that was just one play, and they just get in sync from there. But I don't know. I'm still kind of big on Jalen Waddle. I think he's going to be a great wide receiver. He's going to be great from years to come. Who's to say that they don't get a new QB coming in next season as well? That's why I would be pretty high on him. I would trade for him now and hope that they get somebody else to it next year, you've seen Tom Brady and all that other shit with him. Like, he almost wanted to go to Miami. So who's to say when his contract came up, he plays it one more year and goes to Miami. So it's really big. I think he's a hell of a playmaker. I like him better than Michael Pittman. So I'm high on him.
Yeah, as a Bills fan, I absolutely hate the fact that they have Jalen Waddle and Tyreek and Gesicki, Mostert and Evans. I absolutely hate it, but the reality is that Waddle, like you said, Waddle's a stud. Like he can as far as I know, he can run every route there is. He can run underneath. He can run the deep fade. Um, he can run the out route. I mean, he's a perfect receiver to me. Fast, like I said, goes over the middle. Kind of Jarvis Landry, kind of like a Jarvis Landry, but could be not as fast as Tyreek, but he's fast. What 4.3? I think he ran something like a 4.3 something. So, but the only problem I have is like you've been saying is Tua and the offensive line is terrible too. They gave up the most pressures in the NFL, and their quarterbacks got sacked 46 times, which is about almost 3 times a game. So, but as far as the player goes, I love the player. And like you said, they added Tyreek, they added running backs, Edmonds and Mostert. This offense on paper looks, I hate to say it, looks scary. Looks scary as hell. But yeah, I mean, I love the player. He's, like Gary said, he's going to be a great one.
Yeah, Tyreek definitely dampens his upside a little bit, but I'm still buying him. I do what I can to get him half the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people are gonna focus on Tyreek. Let's be honest. They're gonna focus on Tyreek. So probably more so on Waddle. So that will open some things up for Waddle.
Not only that, I don't think Tyreek plays a full season half the time.
He had COVID. I feel like he missed a game or two because of COVID. He definitely.
He played majority last year.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, watching the games, he just runs so quick, man, and it's just like, it's sometimes it's. I mean, it's like elusive, but it's scary because he runs so freaking fast. That did he just tear? Like, I don't know. It always scared me, but it's
both safeties are gonna. Whenever somebody plays Miami, both safeties are gonna be on high alert. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, especially Tyreek. But again, I mean, Jalen's not Tyreek fast, but Jalen's not slow either. So yeah, the safeties are gonna be. They're going to be on high alert with this offense. I mean, the whole defense, but especially the safeties, because there's not going to be many corners that are going to play man to man with Tyreek. Buffalo saw that. So yeah, safeties are going to be instrumental in stopping this defense.
Yeah,
I mean offense.
Yeah. Let's jump to our last wide receiver. Ty, this is your guy. Let's roll.
Yeah, so I mean, this might be kind of like this might not make sense, but in a way, they helped him out, or they helped him out in a way. They got John Mechie, but I still think he's the number one guy, because I mean you got Chris Conley, you got Deshaun Hamilton, you got Philip Dorsett, you got Chris Moore, Damon Hazleton, Jalen Camp. I mean, just all guys that are on their last leg, especially like Dorsett and Chris Moore and Hamilton and Chris Conley. But they
Ty,
did get
Ty, just to back you up, we're talking Brandon Cooks.
Yes,
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, brother. You're good.
Oh, I thought we had already said the name. My bad.
No,
my bad. Yeah,
that's on me.
No, that's on me too. Brandon Cooks. Yeah, so Brandon Cooks. They added John Mechie, but that's the only guy that I see out of this wide receiver corps that really Nico Collins. But Nico Collins, we'll see what he does in his second year. But Nico Collins and John Mechie are the only guys that I really see contending Brandon Cooks for targets. But Brandon Cooks is very underrated. He's never made the Pro Bowl, but I believe he's got about, if I'm not mistaken, at least 5 or 6 1,000-yard seasons.
That's really sad.
Yeah,
he's got six. I'm looking at it right now. 1,000 yards.
And there's 1,000-yard seasons, dude. He's been top 20 in PPR.
And it's because the Pro Bowl is a sham and nothing but a popularity contest.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So he's one of the most underrated wide receivers I think, in the NFL. And again, he's a burner too, at least a 4.35, if not faster. But not only that, he's in his second year with Davis Mills, who I've said this, I believe was the second best rookie quarterback in last year's draft behind Mac Jones. I don't even think it was close, in my opinion. I know everybody drools all over Justin Fields. I get it, but Davis Mills, 16 touchdowns, 10 INTs. That's not bad for a rookie.
Ty, stand on that podium. Be proud.
Hey, can I throw this in there too? Like,
Yeah.
so I was looking into it. So Davis Mills didn't play week 9 through 13. He also didn't play week 1, but regardless of that one, 9 was their bye. So 10, 11, 11, 12, 13, 3, 5, and 6 targets for Brandon Cooks when Davis Mills did not play. When he played with Davis Mills, only 2 games of 5 or less targets out of the rest. So, I mean, there's at least a dozen games when he's played with him where he gets well over 5 targets. So, I mean, Davis Mills looks to him, dude. I mean, he's still a hell of a fucking commodity for that team. So I am pretty high on Cooks as it is.
He's a security blanket, and I appreciate you bringing that up because I didn't even know that. I'll be honest with you. But he's a security blanket. And again, second year with Davis Mills, and actually, I say 16 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. One of the games he actually had 4 INTs. I won't mention who the team was.
Because we know.
Because so you take that game away, he only threw 6 INTs. So again, John Mechie and Nico Collins are the only guys I see competing with him for targets, but he's still gonna. I don't know how many targets he had, but he had 1,000 yards. I could see him getting 1,000 yards, and he's still under 30 years old.
134 targets.
134 targets.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to get 100. I see him easily getting anywhere between 100 and 135. And then their tight ends, as much as that's high on Brevin Jordan, I don't know where that's going.
Nowhere.
Tight end.
Nowhere.
Yeah, I know. I was really high on him, but.
Well, I mean, he was only a rookie. You don't ever see rookie tight ends really prosper.
Yeah.
Unless your name's Kyle Pitts.
So, true.
One in a decade, guys. Come on.
Yeah, you're right about that. But as many picks as they had, they didn't, like I said, as far as wide receivers go, they didn't really add much other than Mechie. So I'm high on him. Like I said, I've always been a big fan of him, even though, like you said, he's probably top 20 receiver. I've always been a fan of him. And 3 different teams, he had 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
So
4.
Not many do that.
I'm sorry, 4. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Rams, Saints, Patriots, and 4. So yeah, that's all I got.
That's got no Ty. I'm with you. And then, I mean, when it comes to dynasty, I mean, I'm dynasty and redraft. I mean, I think sleeper is definitely like the word because, I mean, 1, he gets passed on because he's on the Texans.
Yep.
2, he gets passed on because he's on the Texans. 3, he gets passed on because he's on the Texans. But I'm with you again. I'm not a wide receiver. I don't know if I'm happy as a wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3. I'm a pig in shit. Flex. I'm a pig in shit.
Yeah, I mean, definitely 3 in flex. Absolutely love it. 2, I have them. I'm okay. I'm not like oh my god, but I'm okay with 2.
Yeah.
I'm all right.
So let's go, guys. Let's go to our last one of the night. That's I forget whose idea this was, but it wasn't mine. The tight end that we are going to discuss is Noah Fant. I mean, I went back and I started looking at some numbers. I was like, holy shit. The guy had 93 targets in 2020 and 93 in 2020 and 90 in 2021, which was 10th in tight ends. So the guy definitely, I mean, he earns his targets, but he's on a whole nother team. he's with Drew Lock with the same quarterback he's been with his whole NFL career. But that's not. I mean, that's like being linked to an STD. And then I don't. You go to Seattle, where I mean nothing. I don't know. I'm not. I mean, Russell Wilson's gone. The O line has always been garbage as long as Russell Wilson's been there, right? They they did. I mean, I listened to another podcast, so this isn't original, but it was really great that they finally addressed the O line the year after Russell Wilson leaves. And they take tackles. The two starting tackles they had last year they haven't re-signed yet, but they went tackle with the number first round Charles Cross, Mississippi State, and then they went, I think his name's Abraham Lucas in the third round. They got two brand new tackles, so good for them. You know, they got Kenneth Walker. They have two stud wide receivers, and they have Noah Fant, which is essentially a fantasy tight end one. And then they have a combination of me and Gary and Ty throwing the ball. So, I mean, Gino. I think they said Gino could beat out Locke.
Hmm?
So
I would take Gino Smith.
you guys, yeah, the floor is y'all's. Go ahead.
All right. So I mean, obviously, we would probably want Geno Smith, but I mean, Fant, he's escalated a little bit more each season. What was it? He had 90 targets last season, which has been 3 less than what he did for his sophomore season.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Like Fant, I mean, I'd like to see somebody. Okay, Seattle definitely needs a new tight end because they've tried with Gerald Everett. He wasn't anything for that first season that one season.
He said one season. He had 63 targets.
Right, exactly. So I mean, they're trying to find a bona fide, tight end, and I think just Drew Lock and him probably have a little bit of rapport. But I mean, if it was up to me, I think Gino Smith kind of makes that team a little bit more electric. So barring whoever the quarterback is, maybe if they even go for Baker Mayfield or something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Fant is somebody who I can still consider a top 12 tight end for sure.
If you have him, if you go into redraft season, and you have him as your tight end one, are you happy?
I'm okay with that.
Okay, good for you.
I'm all right with that.
I'm the salt of the sea.
Because I mean, you're going to see this team have to throw quite a bit. Like we all know that this team is not the Legion of Boom anymore.
But what does Pete Carroll say every year? They are a run-first team.
Yeah, but they're going to have to pass, man, when they're down multiple touchdowns. So you're probably going to be able to get. You're probably going to get a lot of garbage time for this team.
He will be the third option. I mean, look at their other receivers besides Lockett and Metcalf. They got Freddie Swain, got Dwayne Eskridge, who I think he was hurt, and then I don't know who the other receivers are, but it doesn't matter. He's going to be a third option on this team. So, I mean, I love the player. I love Noah Fant, but yeah, I wish he's kind of like Allen Robinson. Wish he could get with a actual decent quarterback. Now, if he was with Russell Wilson, yeah, we'd be singing the high praises for him. But I feel bad for him going back with Drew Lock.
It all depends if Russ is going to cook in Denver. I mean, I don't think they're going to do exactly the same thing that Seattle did and like hold him back. But I mean, when you saw the fact that they let him rip, he was legit, dude. And I mean, I think hopefully Denver is going to be, especially the new head coach, they're going to let him just, do his thing. I mean, he's a veteran QB who's been around the league for a while. He knows what to do. He knows what to call up any kind of audible. So I think they're going to let him, especially with the new head coach, they're going to let him take care of the field at times. Let him see what he sees. And he's got good wide receivers and whatnot. So, I mean, I don't know. I think Fant is going to be someone I'm not going to legitimately target. But if he falls to me, because I usually wait, especially in redraft, like if he falls to me late or, he's not going to be picked within the last round of my redraft league. So I'll definitely take a flyer on him. So
Do you think in Dynasty do you think he's a buy low candidate?
he could be.
I mean, would you put him in that realm?
Well, let's play like how many targets do you think he's going to get this season? I mean, he got 90 last season.
Yeah, in a whole different offense.
Gerald Everett got how many? 60?
63.
But you have to think too, he was with Teddy Bridgewater. Like, I mean, what's the difference?
Yeah, I mean a higher
Talking about 2-yard Teddy, you know?
2-yard Teddy.
I say at least 75. I'll go at least 75.
I don't think you can get 90. I mean, I'm sorry.
I think he can get 90. I mean, if they're gonna pass they'll probably pass like at least 500 attempts. I can see him getting 1/5 of them.
Total targets last year for Seattle, 474.
Yeah, they'll hit.
So you're saying you see an uptick in passing where the top quarterback is gone.
Yeah.
I can, bro.
What? Your team is going to be behind. When you're behind, you're always going to pass. Seattle was behind most of the season last season. How many rushing attempts did they have?
They had rushing attempts, 413 to 474 passing attempps.
So they're almost 50-50.
Yeah, meh.
Yeah.
How many did Will Disley get?
26.
How many did what's the combination? Kobe Parkinson? That guy don't matter.
Who? Gerald Everett got 63. Parkinson got 8 attempts. It's a decline for this guy.
I think I can get 80 to 90.
How much?
80 to 90 targets.
I always want to bet you when we leave this podcast.
I'll go 80. I'll go 80. I said 75. I'll go 80.
80 is a good number. I don't think there's no way he gets 100. There's no way he gets 90. I'll say that easy.
All right, let's make a small bit wager. Off the pod, and we can talk about it next pod.
After pod. Guys, that was the last guy we were talking about. So, I mean, I guess we're going to have to end this pod and just start throwing bets out like crazy.
Oh, too bad Shane ain't here.
I know. He's on a bachelor party with Brad. Our boy Brad. Happy bachelor party, Brad. Hopefully, y'all having a good time. We miss y'all. They're in Dirty Myrtle.
Hell yeah.
So, hope the weather stays good too for you guys. So, but good times. Hope you are listening, guys. That was it. That was the pod.
That is the pod.
No, that was a good time.
It was fun.
That was a good time.
That was a good time, guys. For are we out? Are we outie 5,000?
Mm-hmm.
We are, guys. This is Memorial Day weekend. Enjoy the weekend. Remember why the weekend we have is the weekend we have. So, yeah. Sorry, I gotta get a little sentimental tidbit in there, but
okay.
Guys, it's good. Ty, you have a good weekend. Nats game? Question mark. Orioles game? Question mark.
You know what you always say? The fight is fight tonight. Price right. Fight tonight.
Price is right. The fight's tonight, baby.
Yeah. So we'll see where the journey takes us.
Gars, tasty waves.
No beach waves this week. Just hanging tight at home.
We got side note. Everybody knows that we're all wrestling fans. Big pay-per-view this weekend.
AEW, bro.
Yeah.
Fun.
Oh, really?
Punk, CM Punk for the title.
Hangman Adam Page.
Yeah. Yes.
Where is their pay-per-views usually on? I mean, it's not on the Peacock, is it?
Ty, we'll get Ty.
Yeah, we'll talk after this. I got you.
Yeah, we'll get you. Guys, let's get out of here, guys. I am the commissioner, Joshua T.A. Hicks. You can find me on Twitter at jhicks804. Find Gary on Twitter at Garth_Poetica. Find Ty on Twitter at Social Media Ghost. Find us all on Twitter at @thefluke_FF. www.thefluke.com. Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Podbean. That's it, guys. Happy Memorial Day. Hopefully I have this pod posted before Memorial Day.
You will.
No, just joking. Just joking. JK. All right, guys. Everybody.
Happy Memorial Day, go Bill.
We're going out.